Oh, hi! This week, we're doing a project I have kind of done before, but this is gonna go a little differently, I think. My brother found this really cool old stereo at a swap shop at the dump in the town he lives in, and what I love about this one is it opens up partway back. I feel like there's a lot of storage potential here. Maybe I'm just the kind of person that turns everything into a craft storage container. I have been getting a lot of questions about what I use for my storage because I have a multitude of different types of crafts and how I go about organizing all of that stuff. Finding weird, cool, decorative storage bins is definitely part of that. The other stereo I have is where I store all my yarn, just because I didn't want to get rid of it because it was from my grandfather. Likewise with this, the fact my brother picked it out, he did try to fix it so the actual stereo part worked. We have a really nice, very high quality turntable here for listening to our records and stuff, so I don't even think Lego Boyfriend would give this the time of day to try to fix, so I love the look of it. I'm gonna use it more if I use it for storage, because rather than listen to records or CDs, which I was doing for a little while, I just put on a podcast or something, or maybe even an audiobook on my phone or my laptop if I'm working in here. Anyways, let's tear into this baby. In a tribute to my brother, I have the tiniest bit of Jack left, so here's what you need. Ooh, that smell! I'm a bourbon person. Jack Daniel's is technically a Tennessee sour mash because it's not made in Bourbon County, Kentucky. Not that everything has to be made in Kentucky, but that's traditionally where bourbon is made. I think there used to be a law about it. Like, you can only call champagne champagne if the grapes that you make the sparkling wine with are from Champagne County in France. County, province, whatever. You know what I mean. The Champagne region, where everywhere else you have to call it like Prosecco or sparkling wine. I just kind of raided Lego Boyfriend's woodshop, so we'll see what happens. Just nobody tell him, okay? Basically gonna unbolt everything. I like this strip across here and the buttons, so I'm gonna try to keep that intact, but I'm gonna put new fabric over here. I especially like finding old record players like this. You know there's some kind of history with it. Like ours, that was an investment. It's actually a gift I got Lego Boyfriend for Christmas, but they're not cheap. We usually put records on if we have friends over or if we're cleaning or, you know, filing paperwork. There's something ceremonial about putting records on because you also have to keep tending to it. You can't just put a playlist on forever. It makes itself a bigger presence in the room than if you just had a CD playing or something. Maybe I'm romanticizing it, but I really like having a record player. There's just something about it. So it just makes me wonder what the people were like that had this. Because I'm sure the color was a factor in it. Where this was placed in their home probably had some kind of planning around it. That's so neat. It has this like flipping mechanism to go between a 33-45 size and a 78. I love it! It does break my heart tearing this apart because no matter what I do, I feel the pain, with or without you. And by you, I mean the stereo. I should not be drinking and playing with tools. Inappropriate use of time, but it's just so goddamn fun. I used to make a point to keep my videos under a certain length. Just stop doing it. Obviously, I'm talking a lot more in them because I would have these types of conversations in my older videos, but I would just cut all the chatty parts out. But it seems to be that those are parts people enjoy. I like seeing that in other content creators because I get to know them a little more. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the new format. Ooh, okay, we got the main part of the guts out. I am gonna grab my wire cutters. I do have my own wire cutters and pliers, but that's because I make jewelry a lot. You find weird shit in someone's craft room, is all I'm saying. Part of me is glad and part of me is sad that you don't see me try to wind my way around all the tripods, because this room is not super big, and the tripod you're on and the lights and everything else in this room just takes up all the fucking floor space. So I have to do like Catherine Zeta-Jones going through the lasers kind of catwalk to get over to anything on that side when I'm filming. I think I've watched too many spy movies where I am nervous cutting these wires. Okay, it's free. Ooh, wait, except the power cord. This is what we got now. Just gonna make sure there's not mice or some shit living in here. That's the safest way to do it too, right? Just cram your head right in there. Bunch more wires and stuff. Oh, this is so fascinating. I don't know what any of it does, but it's still cool to look at. Pop this metal bit off. I think it's just glued down, and I'll just glue it back down after. Yeah. It's like starched burlap or something. Okay, so that fabric was just stapled on, which is perfect because I am using a staple gun to reapply some. We're gonna find something really obnoxious and bright. Good thing I just cleaned my shop and I'm making the biggest mess. Fine, that's what craft rooms are for. I was just watching a video titled Never Trust an Artist with a Clean Art Room. Oh, it has some washers on it. All right, I can fuck with those. Is this a good view for you guys? So I gotta get this speaker part out. All right, grab a hammer and also wash my hands because that had a bunch of white powder on it, which I'm sure is not good. Oh, it doesn't get better. Nope. Something's happening. Well, that's annoying. Okay, handsaw. Handsaw. Let's see what kind of trouble I can get into. Why do I do this? Usually I like the smell of wood being cut. This is not pleasant. Oh, fuck yeah. So satisfying. Maybe if I just cut into the corner. No wonder carpenters are in such good shape. Damn. There we go. Yeah. I need to question its structural integrity. I got the last piece out. I just used my brute force strength and fucking hulked out on this. We got an open thing. And dump all the sawdust out, give it a wipe down. We did it! That was so much fun! Ah! So I think maybe painting, lining the inside with felt, and then I have a certain fabric I want to use for the front. This is the color scheme I decided to go with, because this is very like retro-y device. And I had scraps of this fabric from an old skirt I cut up, and then I have this solid royal blue to put back here because I want this to look more plain. In the off chance I end up using this as like a display, I thought about doing a map. It just didn't quite seem fitting, and I just don't want it to be too busy. The intention for this is to be part storage, part potential display for my artist tables. I did find a white just because I thought it was a good neutral. Oh yeah, I staple gunned this to the front because there's thicker wood meat to go through, and there are some like little bits sticking out at the edges. I'm gonna go over that with some trim. So excited with how it's coming out, and I love using staple guns. Unfortunately the top was not thick enough, so I just trimmed this fabric exact and hot glued it down. Okay, so I got the silver around the edges, and now I'm just piecing in the white felt. Initially I was gonna try to fuck with doing like one whole piece, but that's gonna be a nightmare and it'd bunch up in the corners and stuff. It's just gonna be easier this way. Eep, it's done! That was tedious, but also so satisfying piecing all of the white together. Not that it's perfect. I did mess up in this back corner here, but just it'll be covered in stuff, so it doesn't matter. Ooh, I'm excited for like all the potential it has. I feel like it's a very like striking display for things. I'm really, really happy with how this came out. It was kind of a pain in the ass project, but really fun to kind of play with all that random shit and just brainstorm as I was going through it, because I knew I was gonna have to cut stuff out, but the actual tactics I used to get it, I didn't know what was gonna happen until I was into it. And those are my favorite kinds of projects, is obviously when they go well and I'm just kind of winging it as I'm going through it. This feels really good. Yeah, I'm gonna fill it with some stuff now, and not in a junk drawer kind of way, but with intention. Can you tell that I have been marathoning Marie Kondo's show while I've been gluing things together? The end screen page isn't working for me on YouTube anytime I try to add the little cards and everything. I don't know if other people are having this issue, but it's really goddamn annoying. So somewhere I'm gonna put the video to my studio tour if you haven't seen it yet, and a subscribe button if you want to see future things. I'm posting every Wednesday and Saturday, and if you feel like hanging out over at my Patreon, I just posted an exclusive Q&A over there. Come join the gang. Yeah, I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Happy February. We made it. It's definitely Jack Daniels.